Former Vice President Joe Biden Des Moines Register endorses Elizabeth Warren as Democratic presidential nominee. Sanders faces lingering questions about appeal to women voters. George Conway, witness missing from impeachment trial as Trump More and Senator Bernie Sanders Kaine. Obama called Trump a fascist during 2016 campaign. Des Moines Register endorses Elizabeth Warren as Democratic presidential nominee. Sanders faces lingering questions about appeal to women voters. More IVT are emerging as the most favored candidates in the 2020 Democratic primary presidential field, according to a new Washington Post ABC News national poll released just more than a week before the Iowa caucuses.
The survey found that Sanders and Biden are the only candidates registering at least 20% support among Democrats and Democratic-leaning registered voters. It also finds that the two candidates' support is steadily rising nationally ahead of the first-in-the-nation Iowa caucuses on February 3.
32% of respondents said they'd vote for Biden to be the Democratic nominee, representing a 4-point increase from a similar poll conducted in October. Sanders trails Biden with 23% support, which marks a 6-point jump from October.
Meanwhile, Senator Elizabeth Ann Warren Des Moines Register endorses Elizabeth Warren as Democratic presidential nominee. Sanders faces lingering questions about appeal to women voters. Sunday show's preview, lawmakers prepare for Week 2 of impeachment trial. More comes in a distant third, registering just 12% support among Democrats and Democratic-leaning registered voters. The new findings represent an 11-point slide from the previous poll in October.
No other Democratic candidate registers double-figure support, with 8% favoring former New York City Mayor Michael Bloomberg. Michael Rubin's Bloomberg poll, 68% of Democrats say it makes no difference if a candidate is a billionaire Chicago mayor weighing possible Bloomberg endorsement. Judge Judy's verdict, ignoring Bloomberg's record to endorse others, made no sense. More and 7% supporting tech entrepreneur Andrew Yang. Sunday show's preview, lawmakers prepare for Week 2 of impeachment trial. John Leguizamo joins the Yang Gang CNN to host 2 straight nights of Democratic town halls before NH primary. More, 5% of respondents said they'd back former South Bend, Indiana, Mayor Pete Buttigieg. Paul Buttigieg. Des Moines Register endorses Elizabeth Warren as Democratic presidential nominee. Candidates weighing using private jets to get to Iowa. Biden nabs endorsement from Iowa Democrat in swing district Moore, who has polled well in Iowa and New Hampshire, while 3% put their support behind Senator Amy Jean Klobuchar. Des Moines Register endorses Elizabeth Warren as Democratic presidential nominee. Sunday show's preview, lawmakers prepare for Week 2 of impeachment trial. Moore defends Sanders's reputation, "We don't want the fake, and the phony and the fraudulent." Moore The new survey also shows that voter enthusiasm is high among Democrats as the primary season nears, with 73% of respondents saying they are certain to vote in their state's primary or caucuses. And many Democrats, 53%, are still open to the prospect of shifting their support to another candidate. Biden is also viewed by Democrats as the candidate best positioned to beat President Trump. Donald John Trump Kaine, Obama called Trump a fascist during 2016 campaign. Kaine, GOP senators should at least treat Trump trial with seriousness of traffic court. Louise Linton, wife of Mnuchin, deletes Instagram post in support of Greta Thunberg. More 38% of say Biden has the best chance of beating the president, pollsters found, while 18% say Sanders has the best shot. 10% say Warren has the best chance.
Recent polls have increasingly indicated that Biden and Sanders have separated themselves from the rest of the Democratic primary field. A CNN national poll released last week showed that the two were in a statistical tie for the lead. A Monmouth survey unveiled that same day showed Biden with a 7-point lead over the progressive senator nationally.
The new post-ABC News poll was conducted between January 20 and January 23 among a random national sample of 388 Democrats and Democratic-leaning independents, 349 of which are registered voters. The margin of error is 6 percentage points.